And we're live.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm great. I have a question for you.
All right.
Do you have TikTok yet?
No, no. No,
Okay.
I do not.
So here's why I asked. There's this thing that happens on TikTok where somebody will say, I don't know, like TikTok challenges where they say mix bleach and acid and sniff it or something.
Okay. Perfect.
So it's typically like stupid, mundane bullshit that nobody cares about.
Yeah. Eat soap or whatever, right?
Eat Tide Pods.
Yeah.
Right. So I came across this article today,
Uh-huh.
and it says, police in Washington state warn of dangerous TikTok challenge. All right.
Okay. Okay. I'm almost scared.
So the TikTok challenge that they're talking about is kicking in the doors of unsuspecting homeowners.
Whoa, what? What? That's a challenge?
Okay. Now, it makes you think like these fucking kids are retarded if they are doing like home invasions as a fucking practical joke.
Yes.
But then you read the article and you find out like only one person in the history of ever has done this.
Oh.
So they create this headline like you need to stop your kids from doing home invasions or whatever.
Please stop your kids. So is that all it takes to like have a TikTok challenge go viral is one person to do it? So we could start like a podcast challenge where we just challenge people to murder people, right? So nobody has to do it. I'm just challenging you.
No, I don't want to do like something illegal. What if we do like the Who's Right Face Fuck challenge?
Facebook with consent challenge.
You have to face fuck somebody while you're listening to the show.
Yes, and you have to record it. Audio only. This is an audio only thing.
And okay. God, I hate that we have to say this, but the person has to be of legal age.
Wait, which person?
The fucky or the fucker. The fucky.
The fucky. Oh, all right.
Okay,
you could have went with both.
No, so if I specify that the person that has to be of legal age is the fucky, that's the one that's getting the mouthful, right?
Right.
So could we get arrested or in trouble if like a 3-year-old was to face fucking 18-year-old while listening to the podcast?
Yeah. Yes, I think so. We're disseminating harmful matter to minors.
All right.
Wait, so the headphones go on the fuck E while they're getting face fucked, right? They listen to the show through headphones?
No, through the speaker. Because I assume that they're going to be using an iPhone and there's only one plug-in and I want them to have a lapel mic right up next to the mouth. So
Okay.
I'm into some weird shit.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Okay, so the quote in here is, I called my wife Danny and told her to brace the door with the chair and I'd be home as soon as I can.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no. Is that real? That is awesome.
When searching door kick challenge on TikTok, videos can be found dating back months. A lot of them appear to be in college dorms, and only in some of them are people actually able to kick the door in.
Uh-huh.
So I searched that door kick challenge.
Okay.
And I found 4 videos, and it was people kicking lockers. Like
Oh
there's
my God.
0 home invasions.
So I didn't realize you could search on TikTok. I thought it was just all random. So you can just search for like dancing girls and like you'll just get boobs. And I mean, that's it. Maybe I will get TikTok then. I thought it was all just, you just scroll through until you find one that doesn't have a pink haired weirdo. You know what I mean?
Do you know? Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to say okay boomer, because that's essentially like the proper response to what you just said.
Yeah.
Like you hate something without understanding it.
No. Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
like I told you okay, maybe you're just somewhat incompetent.
Mm.
Like I'm going out of my way to not attack you this whole episode.
Thanks, buddy.
So this is me not attacking you.
Uh-huh.
But I've told you I enjoy TikTok because of woodworking or sublimation or whatever.
Sure.
So do you think I just scroll randomly until I see, ooh, he's cutting wood?
Yes. Yes, that's what I thought. I thought you were literally just scrolling through all these fucking random LGBTQ whatever and W, woodworking. Good. you just get to the W and call her good. I honestly thought that it just kind of suggests stuff that's similar to what you already are watching, and you just watch a lot of woodworking, so they just send you more of that.
But how, okay, think that through. How could I watch a lot of woodworking if I'm just getting an endless stream of random videos? How could I watch a lot of woodworking? I would have to watch a lot of whatever's random.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. Isn't that what people do? They just spend hours just watching minute-long videos of idiots.
Again, you're attacking something that you don't understand.
Yes.
So stop doing that.
Okay. Well,
Wouldn't it be, don't you think that you would come off as a lot more intelligent if you were to say, I don't fully understand what it is that we're discussing, so I choose not to have an opinion?
no, that's retarded. What, do you want me to lie to you? Who doesn't have an opinion? Of course, everybody has an opinion.
Ask me a question about something.
I don't know.
I don't fully understand, so I don't have an opinion on the matter.
Do you like
That's
pizza?
how conversations work.
Oh, is it? Huh. I didn't realize that conversation stoppers were conversation starters. I didn't realize that. So
Anyway.
even if I knew that TikTok had a search function, there's so much more that I'm not interested in it. It's
Okay.
You say I don't understand it, but I don't need to.
Okay. What if I was to tell you that TikTok has a whole section dedicated to synthesizers?
Yeah, I mean, if I was on TikTok, I would look at
No,
it, but
what would it take for you to get on TikTok? Like,
if we're being, are you being? Would you want me to be 100% honest?
no, because you're just going to say nothing.
No. There's something.
Okay.
If TikTok could go back to the place where Tumblr was when Tumblr allowed porn, because Tumblr was an awesome place to get porn, but then Tumblr banned porn. So if TikTok allowed porn, then maybe.
Or synthesizers.
Yeah, I got plenty of resources for that. And there's not enough resources for porn.
Okay, so I just searched synthesizer. Okay.
Yeah.
There is 73.6 million videos to watch about synthesizers. Doesn't that sound exciting?
That doesn't. Yes, sounds so exciting. Oh shit.
God, this, like, if synthesizers were, if it was only dancing girls and synthesizers, I would delete the app. Like these videos look fucking horrendous. They all people look like you in front of keyboards.
Awesome.
All right, I'm done with that.
Oh god.
But anyway, the whole point of bringing this up was the scare tactics that are being used on headlines drives me fucking nuts.
Oh god, it's terrible. So it extends from like news about TikTok all the way up to the news about the president. Like it goes through from the whole gamut of nothing to the most important things in America. You know what I mean?
You know, it just dawned on me that, okay, so I would suggest that whoever wrote this article probably has no idea what the plethora of information that's available on TikTok.
Probably.
Much like you.
Yeah. So I could have wrote that article. I'm old. I think that's what it is. It's literally just that I'm old and I don't see the point in it for me. I get like people like it, whatever. I'm not, my attention span isn't like I need 1 minute videos of whatever people doing what I say. I need I don't know. It seems like something I don't care about. It's because I'm old.
So what if okay, here's a plan. I want you to learn to code.
Okay.
And then I want you to create a TikTok for tits, like TikTok.
TikTok. Okay. Because, that I'd be into.
Where only nudity is allowed.
Nothing else is allowed. We're going to start banning stuff for being not nude enough. I'm seeing clothes here. Our terms of service are going to be awesome.
You can be... Okay, so black people can have sex with black people, but that's it.
But that's it. Oh, shit.
And if you're light-skinned Mexican, then you can...
Oh, you can have sex with anybody if you're Mexican. Mexican chicks are hot.
Okay, so you start coding.
No Asian porn, though. I don't like that. Can we say this is an anti-Asian space? Is that racist? Just because I don't like Asian porn. I don't know.
I don't dislike Asian porn.
Really?
I guess.
But do you search it out?
No, not at all. But I mean, if I walked into your bedroom and you were jerking off to Asian porn, I probably wouldn't leave.
Cool. I appreciate that. Papa squat, buddy. Shit.
I don't know that there's any, I don't like the big bush Iranian chicks.
just the ones from Iran.
Yes.
Not any of the other ones.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of big bushed Iranian chicks. Like big bushed Iraqis are fucking hot.
Weird. so specific.
Well, they smell like Iranians. I don't know what they fucking want from me.
Smells like Iran in here. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the big bush, but I mean, it doesn't have to be clean shaven, just not a fucking forest, Jeez.
You put an article on here.
I did.
And it was about the California bill would ban single-use smoking products.
Uh-huh.
So then I clicked the link that you put on there, and it's a paid site, which tells me either one, you paid a subscription, or two, you didn't read the article. You just added it because of the headline.
I just clicked on it, and it says Dolce & Gabbana became the second luxury fashion
That's
house.
the one. That's the one that I added.
All right. Oh, you added it to the same card. What did you do that for? All right. No, I'm clicked on it, and I'm reading it right now. I can open it and read it. And I don't have a subscription to the Los Angeles Times.
That's weird. Me too. Anyway.
All right.
Okay, so here is where I have a feeling I'm going to be testing my new conversation tactics with you.
Okay.
Because I believe I'm going into this conversation knowing where you stand.
Okay.
And normally you would say, what do you think about this?
Yes.
And then I would tell you what I think.
Uh-huh.
And then I would introduce a conversation stopper.
Yes.
And then we would argue about slippery slopes. And then we would move on to the next thing without ever actually getting through this.
Right.
Okay. So I'm vowing to you not to do that. This is new Doug talking.
Okay.
Okay.
I like this new leaf that you're turning over.
Now,
all right.
Please start the conversation.
So were you able to read this article?
No.
Okay. I'm not sure where to go from here. But,
did you read the article?
Yes. Yeah,
okay,
because I read the headline and I was like, there's a lot of ambiguity in that headline. What does that mean? Right. So I wanted to find out exactly what it is they were banning. So what they're trying to ban is like anything that's a single use with a battery. And I'm not sure how they got cigarette filters in there, but they added that also.
Okay, so let's Let's explode this. Let's do
okay.
a deep dive. Let's drill down.
Okay. I don't even think I read the headline, so nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about. California bill would ban single-use smoking products like cigarette filters.
Okay, so let's just start with the headline.
Yeah.
Anthony, do you think it's a good idea to ban cigarette filters and make all cigarettes non-filtered?
No.
You're wrong.
Okay. I don't know anything about smoking, but so you just okay, this is how retarded I am. You just asked me that question and it sent me into a tailspin because, oh, fuck, they can make unfiltered cigarettes. I forgot about that. My whole thing was they're basically just banning cigarettes, right? I mean, if you can't have filters, you just don't have cigarettes. And then you come in with, right out of the gate, you're like, should they ban filtered cigarettes? Oh, fuck, they can make unfiltered cigarettes. So that changes everything.
It doesn't change anything. We just started talking.
It doesn't change anything as far as my opinion goes, but it changes that they're not banning cigarettes. It says for more than half a century, tobacco filters have caused a public and environmental health crisis. Do you think, is that true?
Yes.
Really?
So, okay. So you asked me if I read this article. I did not read this article because when I clicked on it, it said I had to have a subscription. Sure. So I searched what was on the Trello card and found a different article, which is what I read to prepare for our conversation that I knew was upcoming.
Gotcha.
And one of the things that it said is that cigarette butts take 10 years to decompose. And they account for 30% of the waste generated by humans. I don't know if I have that stat right, but we're going to pretend that I do.
Probably. sounds right. Can you imagine by weight, if 30% of your garbage was from cigarette butts? Jesus fucking Christ, that's a lot of cigarette butts.
So the article, now I'm going to have to.
No, I hope you're right. That is so much cigarette butts. So you know how much I hate cigarettes. I think cigarettes are fucking disgusting. But it seems absurd to ban cigarette filters.
Okay, now I do know for sure they take 10 years to decompose.
Okay.
All
right.
And they are, and this is from that one article. They are filled with things such as formaldehyde and, all the things that you take in your lungs when you smoke.
Yeah.
Okay. So even with all the formaldehyde, like 30% of the formaldehyde that you produce is from cigarette butts or whatever. And they stick around in the ground for 10 years.
Right.
And people are too fucking retarded to dispose of them properly. That's always been one of my biggest pet peeves, is seeing somebody throw a cigarette butt out the window.
Okay. Why?
I think it's disrespectful. I don't know. I've always been an opponent of littering. Like it's one of the causes that I've never done in your life. I've never done anything about it, but it's always been a thorn in my side.
It's right at the forefront of everything I do is littering
and jaywalking. I'm also
those are the big two. You know what? We should start an activism business and hire activists against jaywalking and littering. Just so with those things being said, you think that they should get rid of filters in cigarettes?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I'm still not understanding why.
Because we had an opportunity to throw them away and we chose not to. Okay, think about have you ever sat outside with the people at work where smoking?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay, so when you're sitting outside there and they have ashtrays like every 8 feet and the assholes still flick their cigarettes out into the parking lot.
Yeah, they have to flick them around. Like they have to, it's like I got to make sure I don't get it in the ashtray. It's like one of them kind of games.
Okay. The next step in a situation like that in a place of employment is, okay, we're banning, you can't smoke on the grounds.
Right.
Because I don't want to pay somebody to come around and pick up the cigarette butts that you couldn't put in the ashtray we provided.
Right.
Okay. So just take that a step further. Like as you do, if they can't put the cigarette butts where they go, we're taking away the cigarette butts.
Wait. Okay. So there's a big difference between your work and their property taking away cigarettes and the government taking it away from everybody all the time. There's a big difference.
There's no difference. It's what happens when you allow yourself the freedom of thinking. Just because your brain can't comprehend what I'm saying doesn't make it any less true or whatever it was that you said to me.
Did I say that? Sounds like something I'd say.
Something like that.
No, it sounds like something I'd say.
Okay, if your employer has the ability to take away your ability to smoke on their property,
facility, on their property, right?
Then your government has the ability to take filters away because they are not biodegradable.
Crazy. So have you looked into, I already know the answer to this question. It's a rhetorical question. Have you looked into how much stuff is made out of plastic that is single use? All the stuff, everything, every single thing is single use plastic. That's all we do. Single use plastic. But for some strange reason, cigarette butts. That's what I don't understand about this. There is so much bigger targets that would have so much more impact on the environment, but they're going after cigarettes. And I think it's just,
but see, so I found that other article.
Okay.
I don't think you fully understand how big of an impact cigarette butts has on our environment.
You're right.
Okay. So just in California, last year, there were 12 billion cigarettes sold just in California.
Okay.
So that's 12 billion with a B, not an M or a G.
A Jillion? What's with the G? What?
Jillion.
Oh, Jillion. Okay. 12 jillion. All right.
But no, it was with a B, billion.
Gotcha.
Think about that. 12 billion cigarettes sold.
Yes.
Times 50 states. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do the math.
You're just extrapolating that out that all of them had that many?
Well, yeah. I mean, because I'm not going to investigate. I'm not going to take the time right now to investigate how many fucking cigarettes were sold in Utah. I have to assume 12 billion.
That's fine. And I want you to figure out the weight of a cigarette filter.
12 billion. Okay, so that's 600 billion
cigarettes.
And
then how much does a cigarette filter? Because I want to do this all by weight. Because weight, I understand.
Do you?
Yep.
How much does a cigarette? We're going to go with the whole cigarette because
that's fair.
1 gram. So 600 billion grams.
What's that in miles?
Fuck. Okay.
Because I understand miles. Okay.
Okay. Well, how long is a cigarette filter? Okay. 20 to 30 millimeters. So we're going to say 25 millimeters, which is an inch.
Okay.
Okay. So 600 billion inches.
How many inches are in a mile? Jesus Christ. How did this turn into a math conversation?
Okay. That's 600 million.
I thought it was a B.
It is. I'm trying to keep notes because I don't want to have to go through and do all this shit again. And I don't want to get lost and have it all for nothing. I want to get to the bottom of this. Okay. So 600, my calculator doesn't go to billion. So I have to work. Okay. I can do 1 billion.
My calculator doesn't go to billions.
Okay. 600, 600,000.
Okay.
600 million, 600 billion.
Okay.
Divided by 12 would 50 million inches. No, feet.
What's the 12?
12 inches in a foot.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
So that's 50 million feet.
Okay.
Of garbage.
Okay.
Like you don't want to ban
around. That's not that much. It's only this big around for 50 million feet. You wouldn't even notice it.
Okay. How many How many feet around is the Earth? What is that, circumference?
Yes.
How many feet around, because I can't spell circumference, is the Earth? Okay. The Earth is 131 million feet around. So that means it won't even go around the Earth once.
Yeah, not quite half, right?
Well, it's not. I don't even want to talk about this until it can reach itself.
What's the fucking point? It's like this big around, and it can't even go around the Earth one time. What are we worried about?
That's how we should rate all problems, is how many times, if it can't go around the Earth at least once, it's not a fucking problem.
Right. Once the back end hits the front end or whatever, then we got a problem. Wait, it's the front end hitting the back end. I guess.
Wait a minute. Hold on. But that was per year.
Oh.
And it takes 10 years to decompose.
Ah.
So that means it can go around the Earth 5 times.
Yeah, but then the back side of that really long cigarette is degrading, right? So it's like it's degrading as we're adding to the front. So we're good. It's as long as the degrading is faster than we're adding to the front.
It's what?
It's biodegrading faster than what we can add to the front once we've wrapped around a couple times.
It's not. It's biodegrading at the same pace. Whatever you produce 10 years later is what will dissolve.
Right.
So as long as more people aren't smoking now.
Yeah.
Did we solve anything? Did we get to the bottom of this? I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like we didn't get anywhere, but we wasted a lot of time doing math.
So when you smoke, did you smoke filtered cigarettes or unfiltered?
It depends. There was time that I smoked unfiltered.
Okay, why?
Because I would buy them on accident when I was drunk.
Okay. Is there a huge difference?
Yes.
If they got rid of are filtered cigarettes more healthy?
No, you dummy. It's in the name. Oh, wait a minute. Yes. I misunderstood the question.
Yeah, I'm the dummy.
I misunderstood your question. You weren't clear. Yes.
So
filtered.
it filters out a bunch of crap, right?
Sure.
So isn't the health benefit offsetting the cataclysmic climate change disaster or something?
If you're asking me, no. I think that I am for people dying of smoking.
Okay, but not of climate change.
Right.
Right. Huh. So what's the answer here? So I understood. I sort of understand this law as far as I think it started out is they wanted to get rid of single use battery products. Like they sell you a vape pen with a built-in battery that you can't change. That's good for a week or whatever. And then you just throw it away. That I understand. But then to extend it to filters.
That I'm opposed to.
Why?
Because I use those.
Do you really? And you don't feel bad about that?
No, I'll buy bottles of water and dump the water out and throw that down. I don't give a fuck.
Should I buy bottles of water just to dump it out? Just fuck the environment. Do you still drink bottled water? Douche. What do you
mean, do I still drink bottled water? Like, because we had a conversation about it 6 months ago, I'm going to change my life?
No, because we've realized that the impact that it has on the environment.
Fuck the environment.
It's like bottled water is so 2000. I mean, God, you haven't moved on to drinking out of a burlap sack or whatever it is hippies do.
Let me ask you this.
All right.
Okay. So this is coming from one of your passions, correct? You refuse to allow bottled water into your house.
I don't go that far, but I don't like bottled water necessarily. It seems like such a waste.
You think it's a waste?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Why?
Well,
because that seems dumb to me. It's only a waste if you don't drink it.
Hold on, stop. It seems dumb to you to pay a water bill every month and then go to the store and buy more water? That's stupid. You have water that comes to your house. They pump water straight to your house. for you to drink.
Okay, you understand. I know you haven't ever lived anywhere except for that small Mexican neighborhood that you live in. But you do understand that not all water tastes the same, or some water requires further processing in order to make it potable.
Right.
Or something.
Potable. Yeah, right. You know what I did? I put in a filter underneath my sink. So, and a fucking drinking fountain thing where you turn the water and it goes
You have
through
a
this
drinking
filter.
fountain?
Yes, in my right next to my fucking kitchen sink.
A drinking
Well,
fountain?
it's like not a drinking fountain, but it's like a spigot that just filters drinking water.
Yeah, I have that too. It's reverse osmosis.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
big
drink
fucking deal.
that.
No, because it comes out of that faucet so fucking slow. I hate it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. By the time this thing fills up the cup, I could have drove to the store and bought a case of water. Dumbass.
I don't even buy bottled water.
You steal it?
Oh, I just drink out of the fucking faucet. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like a fucking normal human being, or out of the garden hose, like you're supposed to.
Okay, so do you think that they should ban bottled water?
No, I
Okay, so
I don't,
that was my point.
Yeah.
We shouldn't ever have any of these conversations
Okay.
because you don't think they should ban anything.
No.
Like
Who?
the
When
one
you say
thing
they, who? Like
who
whoever's-
bans stuff?
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Who gets to decide that you don't get to have something?
Oh, just settle down there, fucking killer. I'm trying to get to something. You're reverting right back to your old ways, and I won't allow it in this conversation. But that's what I'm getting at is that's why we shouldn't have any of these conversations anymore.
Why?
Because they won't go anywhere because I'm talking about the impacts of the environment on all these cigarette filters that wrap around the earth 5 times. And your mind just goes to, well, who's they? Who's going to tell me that I'm not allowed to have a filter?
So we can have conversations, and I think we should. Everybody should have conversations and discussions about what's good and what's bad and which direction we should all go in without ending up with, okay, we've all decided that we need to ban this. Those two things don't have to go together.
Okay, I agree. I concur. I'm in alignment.
Okay, good.
My question to you is,
Uh-huh.
how can we slow down the amount of cigarette butts entered into our ecosystem without banning them?
The only way you can is, or the only way I can, is to not smoke cigarettes and encourage other people not to smoke cigarettes. That's it. That's what you should. That's the only thing you can do ethically. You shouldn't ban people from doing things.
Stop. I said without banning. You slipped right back into, nobody should tell me I can't do something.
Right.
I said, okay, so you're telling me, see, you're fucking dumb. You're telling me there's only 2 options. In your mind, it is either politely ask people to quit smoking or ban everything. What about, why don't we take our resources and put it into a biodegradable filter, a truly biodegradable filter that biodegrades like 30 minutes after oxygen touches it? Like if you don't smoke your entire pack of cigarettes within 30 minutes, there's no filters.
What? Okay, I don't even know what that means, but all right. Like,
No,
can you smoke a pack of cigarettes in 30 minutes if you try
so-
really hard?
Why not take all of our money instead of trying to ban abortions or whatever it is that we're trying to do and put it towards scientific research to create a more biodegradable filter? Like maybe make a filter out of fucking bird food. I don't give a fuck. So when you throw it out, you're feeding the animals.
I'm okay with that, but that costs money, right? And right now, cigarette companies can sell cigarettes with no upfront investment in figuring out a new filter because they already have a filter that works. The only way we really get any kind of true innovation is when they have to. And I can't in good conscience make that call. It doesn't make sense to me.
So you can, if I'm the mayor of America and I say, okay, effective January 31st, 2023, 2023, all filters will be will be biodegradable as an orange peel.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a year and you have incentive.
And then the next day you are paying $2 more for a pack of cigarettes, and that's fine,
Okay.
right?
I don't smoke, so I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I don't care.
Right. So it doesn't, that's the point. That's why we shouldn't have these conversations, because it always goes back to, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care. Right.
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 Yeah. The problem. So what you're worried about is the profits of big tobacco.
No,
You're worried about their profit margins.
That's not what I'm worried about at all. I'm worried about if we are, see, I think in like, what do they call that? Like big picture, right? If we allow the government to say no, then we're allowing the government to say no. What's the difference between them saying no to fucking big tobacco or saying no? Well, you can't have microphones. We think microphones are bad. So microphones are used to disseminate misinformation. So we need to regulate microphones. What's to stop that from happening?
Okay. So here's it.
Slippery
Just clicked
slope,
in.
buddy.
It just clicked in, and I'm doing everything I can.
But you know I'm right.
I'm doing everything I can, man. Like, okay, if we would have been doing this podcast 50 years ago,
Yeah.
and I would have said the government is thinking about introducing a speed limit on the road, you would have said, if we allow the government to tell us how fast we can drive, they're going to tell us how fast we can fuck our wives.
Yes. It's coming.
Or maybe it's not.
I'm screwed. So you're being silly.
I'm not. Hold on.
As far as fucking your wife, but
No.
you can't tell me that
Hold
from
on.
50 years
Hold
ago
on.
to now.
Point of order.
Point of personal privilege.
Okay. You say that I'm being silly.
Yes.
Meanwhile, what you just said to me is we have to allow people to keep throwing 600 billion miles of cigarette butts on the ground because they might take our microphones.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're being silly. Yes.
Okay. I can't argue with that.
So do you, you don't think that there's any way that eventually somebody is going to make the connection that, well, podcasts are disseminating misinformation and they use microphones, so we need to regulate them. You don't think that that's ever even a possibility?
Okay. So now so I'm still on the road about cigarette butts. You understand this?
I understand.
And you went off the shoulder a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Down into the median, and then you popped up on the other side. You're on a different road now. We're traveling in the same direction, but we're on different roads.
I think we're going totally different directions.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you politely.
Okay.
Can you please come back through the median, back onto my road, so we can continue this discussion?
Okay, I'm going to need you to throw me a rope and bring me back in. So
How about
ahead.
this?
Okay.
I'll meet you down in the median.
Okay. It's a good place to be.
Okay, so you're saying that the government should never have the ability to ban anything?
I would love to say that, but no, I can't say that.
All right.
Because
Hold on. When should the government have the ability to ban something?
I don't know specifics.
Fuck me.
I don't know specifics, but we've already had this discussion. If there is no banning anything, well, they're dumping chrome in the water. We've already had this discussion. Right.
That's where I was going.
Right. So it's
if
clear in my mind that dumping chrome in the water is explicitly bad all the time. And it's not so clear that smoking cigarettes and the filters that are in them are destroying the environment is the worst thing that we need to ban. Those two things aren't the same.
What if I was to tell you
Yeah.
that the cigarette filters are made out of chrome?
That would be kind of cool. But
Chrome and formaldehyde.
oh, well, there's formaldehyde, I guess. I don't know. Sure, yeah, ban them, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'm not telling you that I have all the answers, but I'm telling you that we should always err on the side of not banning things. I don't see what's so wrong with that. Why should you want somebody to tell you what you can and can't do?
Point of order.
Back on the road.
Okay, I agree. We should try to err on the side of not banning anything.
Right.
But we both agree there are times that you need to ban stuff. Do you agree with that statement?
At least one time, yes.
Just the only thing you think we should ban is Chrome.
Yes. I'm sure there's probably something else.
And that's just because you don't like Mexicans.
I'm putting the whole rim industry out of business.
See, I'm what I'm trying to do is understand your thought pattern and walk along beside you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, good luck.
Okay. So if we start with saying we both agree that dumping Chrome, would you go so far as to say dumping, I don't want to say any chemicals because that's not going to make sense.
Uh-huh.
Any hazardous chemicals?
Yeah. I just use Chrome because.
No. Anything, are you against dumping any hazardous chemicals in our waterways?
I mean, I guess it depends on how you define hazardous.
If there's a hazard.
You see how this conversation works? All right. Who gets to decide what's hazardous?
You can test all of them for all I give a fuck.
All right. Would you consider cigarette filters hazardous?
Yes.
So then, no, I can't agree with that statement.
Here's what I can tell you.
Uh-huh.
We don't know for sure that it's not the sucking of the filter that has caused all this cancer.
What cancer?
The cancer that is sweeping the nation as we speak.
Oh. Okay.
Other than other things, cancer is the number one killer.
Other than other things. Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, you're just being silly, and
I kind of am.
I
mean,
refuse
I
to
kind of
have
am
these
being
conversations
silly.
with you.
No, you don't. I'm kind of being silly, but I'm sort of serious at the same time. I don't like the idea of the first thing that people think is cigarette filters are piling up in the environment and we're all going to die because of it. So we need to ban cigarettes. I don't like that line of thinking. I think that if we should ban something, there should be a very, 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 very good specific reason. And
how many? Okay, you said we need a very, 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 very good specific reason.
Specific reason, yes.
Okay, 600 billion cigarette butts are generated a year, and they do not degrade. How many varies is that? Is that even one vary?
No, not compared to everything else that we are doing with that's my point, is that we are doing so much more. It's like we're lighting a tree on fire and we're trying to save this little leaf. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. So give me another example of something that is very, 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 very good and specific.
So like to ban?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't dump Chrome in the river. It's pretty.
No. That's already banned.
Oh, okay, cool.
You said there's all these other things that we should be looking at. I just want an idea of what is something else that we should be looking at that would have a bigger impact.
I'm okay that they banned the use of asbestos, like in for insulation and stuff like that. I'm okay with that.
No. I want to know something that isn't currently banned. That you said there's other things we should be dealing with besides cigarette butts. I want to know.
Single-use plastic, 100%. I told you that already.
Other than that.
Obviously, there's something specific you're looking for. Why don't you just tell me?
No, I didn't. Okay, so what do you consider single-use plastic?
A plastic that you use one time. What do you mean? It's pretty straightforward.
Okay, so do you have your camera up?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my vape?
Yes.
Do you consider this single-use?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I see this thing in your hand. Is it like a refillable cartridge?
Yes.
Well, then no, of course not. Why would it be single use if you can refill it?
Well, because that's one of the things in the article is vape pods, which is something that I use.
The vape pod is
This.
single use.
This?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
But
You put that in, you vape with it until it's gone, and then you throw it away, right?
No, I put this in
Uh-huh.
and then I vape with it
Uh-huh.
until it's gone, and then I fill it up,
Uh-huh.
and then I vape till it's gone again, and then I fill it up.
Yeah, so that's not single use. I'm talking about water bottles. I'm talking about like those little trays that the fucking shitty microwave meals come in. I'm talking about every single thing that you buy.
Have you ever tried drinking through a paper straw?
No. Well, yes, it sucks.
And that's what you're for. Like, you would rather get rid of my convenience of having a plastic straw to go to a paper straw.
Or you could just not use a straw, dummy. I'm not forcing you to use a paper straw, so that's what you're for. I'm not forcing you to use any straw.
Okay, now
Single-use
now
straws, plastic silverware, it's all stupid. It's
we only use plastic silverware.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't like washing it.
You don't even own silverware or plates. It's all paper plates and plastic silverware.
When company comes over, we use the good plastic, which is silver.
The good plastic. Do you have a hutch, but it's just a Rubbermaid tote full of the good plastic?
So you just said something that was really, really retarded, but I don't remember what it was.
All right.
That's it.
What? Okay, define just, and I'll see if I can re-say it.
I think it had something to do with plastic silverware.
It's bad.
No, it was before that.
It's.
I don't remember. I just know that your logic was so fucked up in that one statement, and I started to say something and you cut me off, and then I didn't think enough of it to go back to it. So we'll just move on.
My logic is solid on all this. Plastic is destroying the environment more than anything else.
Okay, we have two choices. We can stop the recording and I can go back and listen to it, or we can move on. But I'm not going to spend any more time talking about what your flawed logic was. Just trust me. You rambled for a bit, and it was
flawed.
It was impeccably stupid.
That's what I'm going for. So you're concerned with cigarette butts.
So what you are saying is, if I am so pro banning of cigarette butts, why am I not pro of banning single-use plastic?
Yes.
See, that's what you should have said. That would have it would have shortened the conversation drastically.
Well, that's stupid.
I don't have a good answer. I think really what it boils down to is because I use a lot of single-use plastic products and I don't smoke.
So does everybody. Even me. Everybody does, because our whole society is built on single-use plastics. It's like society would crumble if we got rid of single-use plastic.
So do you not drink 20-ounce pop either?
No, I don't really like it. If I can find it out of a can, I'd much rather have it out of a can.
Aluminum's not recyclable.
Oh, I didn't know that. What are those bums doing then?
It's all a big fucking ruse by Big Pepsi.
It's crazy to me because.
Hold on. I'm going to change the subject.
Okay.
I've been thinking about buying a forge.
Oh, sweet. What are you going to do with it?
Melt down aluminum cans and pour them into molds.
To do what?
Melt down aluminum cans, pour them into molds.
Just squares? Look, I made a square. For what?
That's it. That's as far as I've thought through it. Is I want to melt down
fire.
Aluminum cans.
I just thought fire. Huh.
So I thought about getting into blacksmithing.
Okay, that's cool.
Because I thought that would be kind of cool.
Fuck yeah. All right.
And then in my research to blacksmithing, I stumbled across somebody who melted. He had a shark tooth, like a dinosaur shark tooth or whatever the fuck they're called.
Okay.
And he made an impression in sand and then melted down a bunch of aluminum cans and then dumped that in the sand, which is the mold, and then essentially had a big aluminum shark tooth. And I thought that would be fucking cool.
What the fuck are you gonna do with a big aluminum shark tooth?
Put it on the shelf behind me.
Oh,
You know how much I could sell a big aluminum shark tooth to these dumb motherfuckers for?
you know what you should do is you should try.
Sales are dipping drastically as we speak.
You should try to market the first aluminum knife, right? Like
I don't think it would be the first one.
blacksmith your own aluminum. No, like high end, like Gucci or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like a Gucci knife, but made out of aluminum. Huh. I think that blacksmithing is a lot of work. So, fuck all that. You got to swing the hammer and shit.
I get wore out just standing in front of my heat press.
Right.
And, I wear the apron and the gloves and everything. Like,
So cool. Oh. All right. Well, that was fun.
yeah, that was single use.
I think we solved something, right?
Did we?
I don't know.
What the fuck did we solve?
I don't remember. Something to do with cigarettes. I assumed that you would take the opposite stance. Like, why are they trying to ban cigarettes? And then you literally came out first thing and said, well, unfiltered cigarettes. And that just ruined the whole direction that I thought that was going to go.
So I told you I would be okay if the government banned smoking.
Why? Why would you be okay with that?
Public health, secondhand smoke, third biggest killer in the world, right next to other things.
Right next to two other things. What? But what about personal choice?
I don't believe in that anymore.
Why? It still exists, whether you believe in it or not.
Right, but so I don't think that all drugs should be legal. Okay?
Okay. Do you think that there is somebody who has a more vested interest in you than you?
Yes.
Do you think that somebody is a
Hold
bureaucrat
on,
in Washington?
Hold on. I'm going to answer this question. I want to have this conversation honestly instead of with shtick.
Okay.
So
perfect.
Start over.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Right.
Go ahead.
Do you think that there's somebody who can make better decisions for you about you than you?
Okay. Is this me in particular or everybody?
You. In particular.
No. Yes.
Who?
I don't understand the question.
Who do you trust to make decisions for you that would override your decisions?
Lots of people.
Like who?
There are a lot of people, if they were allowed to make my choices for me,
Yes.
would say, okay, Doug, today you're exercising.
Yes.
And today you're not eating that pizza
Right.
again.
And okay. So
So
you're not Doug anymore then at that point, right? You're just a bureaucratic run
No.
machine.
You asked me a question. Do I
Yes.
think somebody is capable of making better decisions about me than me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want that?
No.
Uh,
But I don't smoke. I don't understand the fucking problem.
Okay. you don't want that for you, but for some reason when you extrapolate it out to everybody else, you want that for everybody else.
No, I don't want that for everybody else. I only want that for people who smoke.
We're not talking about smoking. You
Okay.
understand? You
What are we talking
understand that the next thing on the chopping block is meat, right? That's going away.
Hold on. Meat?
Yes, you eat meat, right?
Okay. Hold on. Is this before or after eugenics? Because that popped up on my calendar.
Eugenics popped up on your calendar.
For some reason, when we were having the conversation, you said that's the next thing that's going to happen in the next couple weeks or whatever. And I made a note on my iPhone, which is tied to my work computer. So now on my calendar for work, between all my meetings, it just says eugenics.
Sweet. If I made a prediction, it probably came true. I don't really remember.
Okay.
What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying.
They're taking meat away.
Yes. So, do you like eating meat? Just say it. Just say yes. Say I love eating meat. Say give me more meat.
See, you're being silly again
Why?
because they're not taking away meat.
Really?
You act surprised that I said that.
I am surprised that you said that because they obviously are pushing for you to not eat meat.
Who's they?
Whoever's pushing to ban cigarettes. Whoever wants to control your fucking life, dude.
Right. So again, here's another perfect example of why we shouldn't have these conversations. You think heroin should be legal. You think that your
Yes.
14-year-old kid should be able to go to the grocery store and buy heroin.
Wrong.
Oh, okay. You think your 18-year-old kid should be able to go buy heroin.
It's closer, but I mean, it's the way you're thinking about it is completely wrong. When you say your 14-year-old kid should be able to, you're wrong about that because my 14-year-old kid's actions are my responsibility.
Okay, that's why I said your 18-year-old kid.
Yeah, okay, yeah. When they're not my responsibility anymore, people should be able to make their own choices, yes.
Okay, do you think, just answer the fucking question. Do you think your 18-year-old kid should be able to go buy heroin?
Yes.
Do you think a 17-year-old kid should be able to go buy heroin?
It's a stupid question because
Hold on. 18 was a good question. 17
no, that's
a stupid
that's
question.
a stupid question too. But every time I talk in like, other than just black and white, you're like, just answer the question. but I'm answering the question. You're framing it completely wrong. You're framing it in 18 is okay, 17's not. That's not the way that's not right. I mean,
Hold on. Why is that not right? Why is it not right when you say something asinine for me to get to specifics to help me understand it so we can further this conversation? What you just did is introduced a conversation stopper.
no.
I need a bumper made that says conversation stopper.
No. So we're moving into a world where heroin is legal, but for some reason, the government still exists to define what an adult is. Those two things go away at the same time. When the government goes away, there's no 18-year-old limit by the government.
Do you think that a 17-year-old should be able to vote?
No.
Do you think an 18-year-old should be able to vote?
No.
Do you think a 16-year-old should be allowed to have sex?
Yes. Huh. Do you think that somehow, some way, making laws or some sort of governmental control over sexual relations is healthy or good in your natural sexual progression? Like if you're 5, yeah, it's the huge difference. But when you're 16, you have a sex drive, and the government saying, no, you're not allowed to have sex seems backwards to me. I understand the laws that say, yeah, you're 40, you shouldn't have sex with a 16-year-old. Yeah, I'm with that 100%. But that's a huge difference from saying you're not the correct number of years old to have sex because I said so. That's stupid.
Right. I can't argue with you. I don't mean that I agree with you. I just mean that I can't argue with you anymore.
So,
my brain works in black and white. You know that.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's frustrating.
Right, and it's frustrating to me that your brain works in grays.
In color.
No, in just shades of gray.
It's color.
Anyway, your shades of gray make it. You say something, but then you can't. It don't work that way. Like, okay, you're going to suggest that there should be no laws, right?
Yeah, theoretically.
Right.
Except for dumping chrome in the river. Okay. How about just drastically less laws? How about that? Let's start there.
Okay. So you get rid of a law. What's the first law you get rid of? Oh, sex with minors.
That's where all of this has been going. I've been building up to this for so long. Okay, show's over. We got to where I needed to go. The first law that I would get rid of, the most important one, no more taxes. I'm not going to pay federal taxes anymore. Federal taxes shouldn't exist.
What about the roads?
I'm going to drive on them.
Okay. Are you saying, fuck, we're going to go all over the fucking place. Okay. So you're saying that federal government receives no taxes from anybody whatsoever.
Right.
Okay. That's stupid.
Because
the federal government still needs to operate. Like, okay. How do you fund the military?
Oh, we'll figure it out. I have no idea how they'd fund the military. Maybe they don't need to. I don't know. Maybe China can just take us over.
So I'm going to make a counter proposal. Instead of no federal taxes, which is what you proposed.
Sure.
I'm going to say we eliminate all income tax.
Okay.
We only have a sales tax from here on out. And the sales tax gets disseminated to like your county and your state, and then a small portion to federal.
Sure, I'll go with that. It's moving us in the right direction. Sure. I'm all for small steps in the right direction.
Okay. So we just came to a fucking agreement. How easy was that?
So, at the same time that we eliminate all income tax, we can eliminate all of the like regulatory fees that kill small businesses.
Like Netflix?
Yeah, that too. So like, just as a stupid example, when you have a cell phone, you're paying $30 or $20 a month in fucking fees to the government. Stupid. You shouldn't have to pay those kind of things. And all of the, Netflix, I think you're probably right. Netflix has to pay a licensing fee or whatever to the government, which they pass on to you. Why should you have to pay the government to operate a business? That seems silly to me. Seems backwards.
Right, but we solved all that. Government gets no money except for sales tax. So that problem, done.
Okay.
There's no more fees for anything.
Cool. Okay. Good.
Except for our Patreon. We would keep that going.
It's not a government. Our Patreon's not a government agency.
Ooh, I think you're onto something. Okay. Is that the only law you get rid of?
No, you said what's the first law I'd get rid of? There's lots of them that I'd get rid of. You just kind of work down the line and,
Oh, right. So, okay. So I'm asking, what's the next one?
Seatbelt laws. I don't like those.
Okay. Point of order. I veto your dismissal of that law.
Why?
Because when I was in that car wreck, okay, so me and my buddy were drunk.
Okay, I'm not telling you that you're not allowed to wear seatbelts. I'm telling you that you're not forced to wear seatbelts.
Had I been forced to wear a seatbelt, I wouldn't have went through the windshield.
You were forced at the time. And plus, before we get rid of seatbelts, I don't know how I missed this one, but drug laws, all the drug laws got to go.
Now, okay, again, I am not for that.
And why not?
Because some drugs are bad for you.
Okay. Again, you're letting someone else decide what you're allowed to put inside your body. It's silly to me.
Yes. Like I would make drinking bleach illegal. Okay, hold on. I'm going to blow this wide open.
Okay.
Is drinking bleach illegal?
I don't think so.
Then no drugs should be illegal. Because no,
you can't change your stance that fast.
I just did. I convinced myself.
Okay.
Because good. I've always thought like, okay, there's no good. There's no long-term good that comes from heroin.
Huh.
Okay.
That's not true at all.
No, there is short-term gains. There's no long-term good. Nobody ever said like, how'd you get your shit together? I started doing heroin. That never happens.
Yeah. No, but they say I stopped doing heroin, so they wouldn't have got their shit together if they weren't doing heroin to stop doing it.
No, but what I'm saying is if the government says it is illegal for you to do heroin because it's bad for you, if they really cared what was good and bad for you, they would make drinking bleach illegal.
Yeah. But they don't. So, I mean, it's not about good or bad. It's about control, obviously. So any sort of victimless crime shouldn't be a crime, right? Like if there's not a victim, or if you're the own victim, you're the victim of your own crime or whatever, this shouldn't be a crime, right?
Do I disagree with that? I feel like I should. I can't come up with a good example. Give me a second. I will stall by saying words that don't mean anything until something comes to mind.
Okay,
Tax evasion.
Wait a minute. so if I'm sitting at a red light and I can look in every direction and there is literally not a car as far as I can see, and I run this red light, I just committed a crime. Do you think that I should have to pay a fine if a cop were to pull me over? If
Yes.
they're watching from binoculars, because I can't see them anywhere, they're watching from binoculars in their helicopter.
I answered yes,
Okay, why?
because you broke the law. And the law clearly states if you run a red light, you have to pay $50. Do not
Okay.
pass go. Do not collect $200.
But that's backwards thinking. So I should pay for something that hurt.
How can a
no
cop
one.
determine that you did or did not in fact see somebody?
If the cop didn't see
If you can't see the cop, then how the fuck can they expect you to see an oncoming car? It's moving.
What? Are you serious? So I
Yes.
asked you if there's a cop in a helicopter watching you with binoculars.
Oh, the helicopter. Did you look up?
Nope. I guess I didn't look up before I ran this red light. So you think that's a just system? You should pay money.
I do, but okay. So the paying money part is like paying money for running a red light is better than going to the pokey.
But if you don't pay the money, what happens?
Then you have to go in front of the judge and file for a extension.
And what if he says no? Or
He never says no.
Okay. What if he says yes and you still don't pay?
Then you go back in front of the judge and file another extension.
Okay. Eventually, however many years later, you don't pay. What happens?
I don't know. I moved.
You will go to jail. That's what I mean. That's
No, they won't. They will not get a out of state warrant or an extradition warrant over a traffic.
what if you don't move out of state?
I don't know. I moved out of state. I already told you that. I don't know.
No. I'm telling you that you will go to jail eventually if you don't pay your fines.
So move.
you can so you can go to
If you,
jail.
hold on. If you know you have a warrant
Uh-huh.
and you
Why would
decide
you-
not to move, why would you not expect to go to jail? Answer me that.
Why would I not expect to go to jail for running a red light when there's no cars around?
No, but
so I should
you-
expect to go to jail?
If you know you have a warrant
Why would I have a warrant?
because you didn't pay your fine.
Well-
You agreed when you started driving that you were going to follow the rules of the road.
Yeah.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Anthony.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Oh, Jesus.
All right. Bye.
Bye.